Well, hello champions, and welcome back to Itsdawnywawnytime. Dawnywany is here today with a new video. It's all about, you know what you got to do to find out what it's all about. Just keep watching. Okay champions, so we are back, and guess what? Today I'm going to give a review on the new Wet n Wild products that I purchased. So let me just put my little jewels on. Now, the first thing that we're going to talk about is this concealer. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, I am in the darkest shade, which is medium tawny, 842B. Let me just show you. Hopefully it'll focus. Did it focus? Let's see. Did it focus? There we go. Okay, so it finally focused. So I'm in 842B, medium tawny. And this is what the packaging looks like on the inside. And as far as I could tell, this was the darkest shade I could find in my local Walgreens. Now this claims to be Photo Focus Concealer Corrector, okay? The claims are Goodbye Photo Flash. It says that it helps eliminate white particle reflections, and it also claims, well, this is the photo flash, so it's supposed to keep from giving you a flash when you take pictures, you know, giving you that backflash when you take pictures. It says tested under 7 light conditions: clear blue sunlit sky, outdoors in the PM, indoors in the PM, electronic flash, fluorescent light, bathroom light, nightclub light. It instantly brightens and perfects appearance of skin, it says. Conceals imperfections, dark spots, and blemishes, it says. Gentle enough to use on the delicate under eye area. So, this is a correcting concealer that is supposed to not give you any type of flashback when you take pictures, okay? Let me show you what it looks like. It's a full doe foot applicator. And then we're gonna swatch it on our hand here, and this is the consistency of it. It's not light, but it's not thick in my opinion, and it's not a runny concealer. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I currently have this on up underneath my eyes, and let me just zoom in for a little bit so you can see. I have it here under my eyes. Now I have had this on since about 6:30 this morning, and as you can see, I have no creasing. Okay, it was fairly easy to blend out. As you can see, it's fairly easy to blend out. Okay, so it's not a thick concealer. As you can also see, it also did do some color correcting on my veins. Now I do have shadows under my eyes, and like I said, I've had this on since 6:30 this morning, and it still looks pretty good. In my opinion, it still looks pretty good. I would say, now I have, well, yeah, I took pictures this morning. I filmed my intro this morning because I had a fresh face. So I filmed my intro this morning, and I had this, and I did not have any flashback from wearing this. So I would say that their claim is correct. It does brighten underneath the eye, very easily blending out. I must say that you should don't wait and let it dry. Just go ahead and set it right away. That's my routine anyway. I put my concealer on under my eyes, and I go ahead and I set it. So I would say that this was a decent concealer by Wet n Wild. The only problem that I have had with this is that they don't have any other darker shades. This is the darkest shades, but again, it's supposed to brighten. So they probably don't really need any more darker shades. In my opinion, for my chocolate sisters or anybody darker than me, that they should come out with at least one more shade to brighten up underneath the eye, because this is the one that I have on and it almost matches my complexion. It's just a little bit. It doesn't look ashy. As you can see, it does not look ashy on the eye. So as far as this concealer goes, I probably would repurchase it because, hey, it did okay by me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now everything that I'm going to review today from the new, these are products that I purchased that are new Wet n Wild products that I just recently hauled. I am wearing on my face. So now we're going to move into the highlighters, okay? The highlighters, I am loving these highlighters. Y'all, I'm so crazy because these highlighters came out earlier than now, and I picked them up and didn't realize I had them. So now I have these same highlighters twice. And how do I know that? Because I did a complete clean out of my beauty room. I know what everything I have. I took out products that aren't working for me that were somehow still in my stash. So I'm going to be passing those on to other people. But getting back to this review. This is the highlighter that I'm wearing today, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. This is in the color Crown of My Canopy 322B. And that's what it looks like in the packaging. And I know some of y'all left messages saying that you had already picked these up, which prompted me to go and look for it. And sure enough, I had to. But that's what it looks like. Okay? And we're going to swatch it for you. This is that really pretty peachy coppery look. Okay? And that's what it looks like on the hand. Now, I have it on my cheeks today. It blends really, really, really nice. It really is, and it's finely milled. I don't have fallout, but if I do, I'm not noticing any fallout. As you can see from my compact, it's still intact. There's nothing around the rim area, because you know when you have fallout and it's really, really powdery, it will settle into the rims, but you see I don't have that. I am really, really enjoying this, and see it blended out right there. It is really, really a very nice highlighter. And I want to say that these are like $3.99 or $4.99, so I give these a thumbs up, as well as the concealer, I give a thumbs up. Now, moving on to what I would say is the prize of this new collection from Wet n Wild, and that would be the new foundations, the new Photo Focus foundations. I was so excited to find these by happenstance in my Walgreens in my shade, okay? But now I went to Walgreens 2 days ago, and they had, the Walgreens I went to in my area, they had done their reset. So they had all of the shades. And I do believe that Cocoa is the darkest shade. And this is Cocoa. Now I purchased Cocoa. These cost like $5.99, I want to say. And I also purchased Toffee Pecan or Pecan, depending on what part of the country you come from. And so this is how they look side by side. There we go. But I found that Toffee Pecan is my shade. The Cocoa will probably work for me in the summer when I get a little bit darker. But this is what I'm wearing on my face today. This foundation I have been wearing since I purchased it, and I love it, love it, love it. It is very lightweight. Now it comes with the little spatula thing, and you can either apply it to your hand or just go directly upon your face with it if it's individual use. If you're a makeup artist and you're going to be applying this to other people's face, I would not suggest that you use this. That's very unsanitary. But guys, y'all see it's not real thin, it's not real thick. And that's what it looks like on my hand. This thing blends like a dream. There's no streaking. I haven't experienced any streaking. Now I'm just gonna take I use this brush by It Cosmetics, and it's called the It brush. Is that what it's called? No, it's called the Oh My God. It's called the OMG Foundation Brush number 106. And it's like a paddle brush, but it's much thicker. You see that? I take and I apply this just like this on my face. And y'all see how that's blending out? Oh my goodness, guys. It blends like a dream. I have not experienced any streaking. It doesn't take a whole lot to blend it. It can be built up. It doesn't transfer. At least I have not experienced any transfer. Then once I apply it to my face with that brush, I take a buffing brush. This happens to be the Urban Decay buffing brush. And I just buff it into my skin like so. It doesn't take a lot. This is not one of those high maintenance foundations. This is one of those foundations. Look at that. Do y'all see that? It is wonderful, wonderful. Now let's just talk about the claims. It says it has no photo focus. It has no flashback when you take pictures. I would totally agree with that. I have taken pictures. I have posted it on my Instagram account. Hey, if y'all are not following me on Instagram, please follow me. I'm gonna link it somewhere in here, tell you my name, but it's at Itsdawnywawnytime. It's the same name as my channel. But I post a lot of pictures, well, not a lot, but I recently just started posting stuff on my Instagram. So it says that, oh God. It also was tested under the 7 light conditions. But I can't even read what it's saying, y'all. Okay, now it also has been tested, like I was saying, up underneath all of the different lighting sources, as did the concealer. But it says it delivers virtually flawless and buildable coverage every time. Precision match color with matte second skin finish. Soft focus properties help perfect appearance of skin. Now, I would agree with this. This is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. Let me just, if y'all can just see, this is a beautiful foundation. It really is. It sets well. It doesn't take a lot of time to set it. As you can see, it just blends right into your skin. Now, let me just get back up out y'all's space. Okay, now let's just go down the list here. It's those 3 things. It said delivers virtually flawless and buildable foundation every time. I must agree with that. In my experience with this foundation, it has blended like a dream. It's flawless looking on the skin. And I've experienced that every time. The precision match color with matte second skin finish. I would say that it's not a matte foundation that just sucks the life out of you and makes you look really, really dry. But it's not, in my opinion, a semi-matte, but it's not a really, really dry matte. You don't feel it on your skin. You don't feel it on your face. There is no transfer to it. I mean, once it sets, it is there and it stays. And it's very, very, very lightweight. But I would say that it's a matte, but it's a softer matte on the face. Then it says that it's the soft focus properties help perfect appearance of skin. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. It makes your skin look natural with no imperfections. Like I said, it is buildable. I built it up twice, and on the second application with it, because I don't use a lot, I wouldn't just first go in applying it all over, you know, gloopity gloop, a whole bunch of it. Just build it up in the areas that you need it to be built up in, and it will be gorgeous. You don't necessarily have to build this up all over your face. I would apply the first application, and then from there I will go in and build up. If I needed to build up in this area, I would only build up in that area. If I only needed to build up here or up here, wherever you need to build up, and make sure you blend it in well with a buffing brush. It is beautiful blending in. After you apply it and get it on your skin, say like if you use a beauty sponge or something like that, and then come back and buff that into your skin, you are going to be so stinking happy about this. You really are. You really are. I am loving this foundation, and it's been the only foundation that I've worn since I hauled this. So, like I said, this is a gorgeous foundation, and I have the darkest shade also, which is Cocoa, which is really not that much of a difference in between the toffee. The toffee is more like a neutral. The toffee is medium deep, neutral. And then the Cocoa is dark and it's warm. But there's not much of a difference in the two. Not much at all. Now, what I do when I apply this, after I showed you, and I buffed it in to my skin with a buffing brush, then I come back with this Derma blend that I've gotten hooked on. Y'all, I picked this up at the last 21 days of beauty sale in Ulta that they just had, this last one last fall. And this one I want to say was like 12 bucks. And it's the Compact Settings Powder by Derma Blend. And I had always been interested in the Derma Blend. I didn't want their foundation because their foundation is much too heavy for me. If you're really looking for a foundation to cover just about anything that you may have going on that needs covering, rosacea or tattoos or what have you, then you want to look into Derma Blend. But I was just interested in the setting powder, and so I picked this up because it was a special deal that they had going on one of the days. It could have been a hot buy, I'm not sure, but this was like 12 bucks, and this is normally like $30. So I went ahead and picked it up. I just threw it in my stash. Again, I'm going through, cleaning out, doing whatever, and I come across and I'm like, hey, I haven't even tried this. Y'all, I have been putting this on every foundation that I have been wearing in the last 2 weeks, which has pretty much been this right here. This right here is what I've been wearing. Well, I wore this for like a week, and then I wore, it's another new foundation that I picked up that I can't think of right now, but I set it with this, okay? And what I do is I put it in the areas where I want the oil to be, where I want my face to be matte, okay? So that would be pretty much my T-zone. And then I kind of go up underneath here and down the side of my nose just a little bit, and I don't use a lot of it. Now, this is the compact, the pressed. And I just pat it like that. This is a translucent powder, okay? A translucent powder, but I let it sit on my face for a couple of minutes while I'm doing other things, and then I come back with my powder brush, and I don't have that with me, but I come back and I just brush it away, okay? I just brush it away, and it sets. See, you don't even see it. It sets my foundation, and my foundation doesn't go anywhere. You hear me? It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't move. My oils don't break through. This look that I have on my face right now, I have had on my face since 6:30 this morning. Only thing I did when I came in this evening was I applied some lipstick. That was it. I didn't do anything else with my face. I am loving, loving, loving it. So y'all need to go out and look into the Derma Blend. And then when I went through my Sephora Play Box for January, or no, this was for December, they had, in my Play Box, they sent me the loose Derma Blend loose setting powder. So I am anxious to be trying this out. So now I have the loose and the pressed, which is awesome. Now, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Wet n Wild products. It's the king of the new collection is this foundation. If y'all can find it in your color, like I said, you are going to love, love, love this foundation. It's going to be perfect for this summer, especially down where I live in Tennessee. It gets so hot and the humidity is really, there's days when it's like the humidity, you can cut it with a knife. This is going to be so awesome, especially set with this Derma Blend. It is not going to go anywhere. So, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this review of the products. Let me know if you have any questions down below. We can talk about it, or But I've been seeing the new collection for Wet n Wild in CVS. No, I haven't seen it in CVS in my area. It's in every Walgreens in my area, but it's not in CVS yet. But I'm sure it's coming. And also, you know, you can order it from the website, but check out your Walgreens. I haven't even seen it in the Walmarts that carry Wet n Wild in my area. But I'm sure it's going to be hidden there. And again, this is only $5.99, and it's a beautiful, beautiful foundation. So, leave your comments down below. And thank you for tuning in for this review and watching my video. To my new champions, y'all, we have new champions that have joined us. I thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing and becoming a part of the family of champions here at Itsdawnywawnytime. I'm so appreciative. To my ride or die, thank y'all so much. You always tune in, you always interacting with me, and I just love it, love it, love it to death. So, until the next video, champions, it's gonna be a wonderful day. When you wake up in the morning and you do your meditation or you say your prayers, you just think to yourself and you tell yourself, it's going to be a wonderful day. And you do that every day. And it will be a wonderful day because you're putting it in the atmosphere. So until the next video, smooches.